Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks. This video is called The Mark of the Blue Tick. Now this is about Twitter, which is now called X or something or other. And this is very much about the key issue of this time. And that is, especially online, you are surrounded by deception. And Twitter is a great example of this hypocrisy. Twitter and all of the social media platforms are part of the system, the beast system. Is owned by the establishment. Elon Musk, as I've said before, I believe he's a puppet for the establishment, the Roman Empire. But it's irrelevant in this instance. If you look now, Twitter has now become a very rigid propaganda machine for the controlling establishment. And anyone who is not part of the system on there is shadow banned. It's just a propaganda machine with thousands of propaganda agents for the system. It is their playground, and everything that goes viral on there, and mostly elsewhere as well, everything and everyone that gets loads of views is part of the system. There's no accidents here. And I just wanted to remind people, just for those unaware, anyone on Twitter or X with a blue check mark next to their name on Twitter, they are actually paying Elon Musk or Twitter or the establishment, they are paying $8 a month. That's $96 a year. So they are supporting, they are financing, they are funding, they are paying $8 to this company. And it doesn't matter whether you think Elon Musk is the richest man in the world or if he's a front for the establishment. It doesn't matter. These people are giving $8 a month to the establishment, to a company who is openly declaring they are going to introduce digital IDs to verify your account. X or Twitter is now a company who has a World Economic Forum CEO by the name of Linda Yaccarino. And they are going to be introducing a digital ID verification. And recently this WEF CEO, Linda Yaccarino, has stated very openly that they are shadow banning. They have a shadow banning agenda. And I'll get onto this in a moment. So if you see someone with that blue tick, they are supporting and funding that very system that a lot of them are saying that they are against. They're not against the system, they are aligned with the system. They are funding the beast system. They are very much part of that system. 1 Peter 5:8 states, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." You need to be sober. You need to be vigilant. You need to know who the enemy is, and whether they are alternative media, truthers, CO network, religious channels. If they've got a blue mark next to them, they are either one, very stupid, or part of the system, as they are funding the very system they are complaining about. And another thing to bear in mind is people who pay $8 for their blue tick, they also have the option to hide it. They can hide their blue tick. So even if they don't have it, they could be hiding it. And one way of telling to find out if they actually are paying $8 a month is to look at the videos they upload. You have to have a blue tick to upload videos over 2 minutes long. So if they are uploading long videos, half an hour or an hour long, even 5 minutes or so long, they have no blue tick. They are deliberately hiding the blue tick, okay? They're part of the club. And just go and have a look and you will see so many have this blue tick. And this is what they are funding. This is the club they belong to. Here we have the new World Economic Forum boss talking about how she is happy to be censoring people in the future on X. They've been doing this all along, but now they openly talk about it. So they're going to be obviously doing it much, much more. Yaccarino said in a recent interview, X's approach to moderation. Yaccarino introduced the concept of freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach. A policy where users, when posting narratives, that are not in line with approved standards are labelled for that content and have their visibility reduced on the platform. She said, if it is lawful, but it's awful, it's extraordinarily difficult for you to see it, she remarked, insinuating that even legally permissible content might be obscured if deemed undesirable by the company. Then we have their digital ID verification. Twitter will begin to have users verify their identity by having them submit a selfie alongside a government-issued ID. The process requires users to consent to X storing their information for 30 days and sharing it with a company called AU10TIX, which is an identity verification company based in Israel. And that's Israel, the country, the man-made constructed country called Israel, created in 1948, only 75 years old, by the United Nations and the UK government, and not the original covenant God created in the Bible. Let's just clarify that. So take a good look at all of those accounts on Twitter or X who have blue ticks next to them and investigate the ones without and see if they have uploaded videos longer than a couple of minutes, because if they have long videos and don't have blue ticks, they're just hiding the blue tick. And you will find that the platform is literally littered with blue tick accounts pretending to be anti-establishment. A lot of these alternative accounts are now getting a prime position, even more so than the mainstream channels. So that, in effect, is the big switcheroo that's happened. Like I was talking about a while back, the big reveal. Because what was considered the alternative back around the time of the lockdown, now it's become the mainstream. That's what controlled opposition does. It's interconnected. They all support one another. They create a wall. And the second net that was put in place to capture the people who didn't fall for the mainstream, that second net has now become the mainstream. Do you see how it works? There is no truth from any account that goes viral now. It is now completely, in my opinion, it's completely rigged. And it's going to become even more so. All the alternatives to Twitter all belong to the same system. I don't care what it is. Rumble, Gab, Getter, they're all in the club. Nothing real will go viral. They are all funneling man-made storylines and scripts, funneling them to the masses in order to entangle you and keep you away from the ultimate truth, which is the Gospels, which is Scripture, and ultimately salvation through Jesus Christ. My recommendation is the same as it's always been, and that's to keep away from all of it, because it's their engagement from you, which is what they want. And that is one of the devil's primary strategies. Satan and his demons have limited power. So they try to provoke negative reactions in you. They try to sow seeds of doubt. They say things and talk about things to promote fear, to try to make you afraid, because they have power over you when you're afraid. They distort the truth. They lie. They spin things in ways to confuse people. They try to discourage you. All of these things only work if you listen to them. It only works if you engage with them. The vampire only has power if you invite him in. And this is only possible if you engage. Take away your engagement and they lose any power. Like I said before, switch the trash off. Stop falling for the blue tick vampires trying to engage you. Jesus gave people the authority to cast out demons. In this scenario, all you have to do is switch it all off and stop engaging with it. It's becoming more and more clear to me that the internet, the media, the mass communication system in place, the news, all of it is the false prophet, the second beast that gives power to the first beast. It seems that way to me. And I'll talk about that more in the next video. And I'll finish this one with Luke 10:17. And the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for your time. Come and subscribe to the website hugotalks.com if you want to continue getting notifications about new videos. And I'll see you later.